Friends, Greg Newmaster coming at you again with another action figure review. Today I have Thundercats Ultimates Super 7 Lynx-O, one of the Thundercats himself. I'm very happy to get this figure. This is Wave 4. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Help me build my channel. Thank you very much. So, Thundercats was my favorite cartoon as a little kid. I could remember watching it from 4 years old for, I don't know, up until like 8, and I still watch it as an adult. It's on Hulu right now if you want to watch it, and if you have Hulu, both the original series and the new anime style series, which I was really sad that they canceled because it was really good too. But yeah, huge fan of the Thundercats growing up. It was very exciting when the second generation of Thundercats came along. It was the new additions to the team, I should say, not the second generation, I guess, because Lynx-O was older than everybody on the team. So Lynx-O was cool because he became sort of a new Jaga character. He was old and wise, and he was blinded in the escape from Thundera in an explosion, and because of that, he gained sixth sense like Chitara, in some ways more powerful, and he has a braille board that he invented, which helps him to navigate and to do things that the other Thundercats can't. Sometimes even surpassing the Sword of Omens is how powerful his abilities are, which is really awesome. So I just love this character. I'm really happy to get him because I want the full team of Thundercats. That's including Wily Kit, Wily Cat. Still waiting for Wave 2 from Super 7. Oh, so quick note. So in the future, I suggest everybody doing this. For whatever reason, when you order your figures from BigBadToyStore.com, they come faster than if you ordered directly from Super 7. Don't know why, but Big Bad Toy Store's got their stuff together and they'll get you your figures quickly. So I ordered Wave 4 and 5 from Big Bad Toy Store instead of directly from Super 7, which I ordered Wave 1, 2, and 3 from, and they've made some mistakes, and, you know, I'm not going to complain about them. I'm just happy to have this figure, but anyhow, order from Big Bad Toy Store if you want the figures faster. So, yeah, excited to have Lynx-O, excited to have a member of that second wave of the Thundercats team. Really, really excited for Bengali. I still have my original Pumaira from the Maddie collectors. I don't think I'm going to get the new Pumaira. I'm happy with the original one. I know she's like too tall, they say, but I don't know. We'll see. I like that figure as it is. I like the variety and the diversity. So that being said, let's bust Lynx-O open. I love how they come in this nice collector's slip cover, just sort of the brown cardboard version. A really nice thing they're doing this time around that I don't remember them doing with Wave 1 or 3 was they're putting the cases in these nice plastic bags. So they come in these really nice just plastic bags in case the mailmen are jerks and they just leave your figures out in the rain for whatever reason. So the inside packaging is protected. Beautiful slip cover. Thundercats logo, original Thundercats logo on the bottom from the 80s. It says Lynx-O. There's the Ultimates on the top and Thundercats on the back, and this is what it looks like on the bottom. So we're going to pull this nice, wonderful slip cover off. Just really nice. And it's like, oh, behold, there he is, Lynx-O. He looks great. There's the image on the back. That's from the reaction figures, I'm told. I haven't bought any of them, so I don't know that for sure. The writing says, the oldest of the Thundercats, Lynx-O, lost his sight in a fiery explosion preceding Thundera's destruction. He attempted to join the other Thundercats when they left, but was too late. Later, Lynx-O and his companions were saved by a Burble ship and joined the Thundercats on Third Earth. Although blind, he developed his other senses to an almost preternatural degree. I love that they just use the word preternatural instead of supernatural. And can sense things that others cannot. A skilled fighter, he directs his attacks at enemies' pressure points. Yeah, so there he is, Lynx-O. And let's pull him out of the package and get a look at this guy. You know, these figures have such potential. I know there's been a lot of complaints about different things, particularly Tigra. I haven't gotten mine yet, so I don't want to complain about him yet, especially without seeing. But, I mean, I do gotta say that I'm thankful that Super 7 did this and that they, you know, are finishing the line and that we're actually getting these figures, because Bandai teased us so hardcore and they just never finished the figures. Like, we always got a couple and then they just stopped, and it was really disappointing. I would have loved the completion of that line, because I loved the articulation on those figures. So I'm actually gonna work a little backwards here and pull out his braille board first, just so you guys can get a good look at that. That looks really cool. I just love that level of detail. So that's his trusty braille board. There was this awesome episode where they have to fly through this cave in the, I think it's, what's it called, the Thundercat, whatever their flying vehicle is called. It's not the Thunder Tank, but it's the thing that flies, and it's what the other Thundercats used. And they can only get through this cave if they use the braille board and Lynx-O's abilities. So I just really love that episode, and it really highlights Lynx-O's abilities and what he can do for the team. So, oh yeah, this is great. They did a really good job on him. He just feels good in your hands. He's nice and smooth. There's a little bit of a paint splash right there with the logo. I'll scratch that off with an X-Acto knife eventually. But nice little details, like even on his wrists, like the pigmentation of his skin and sort of like the birthmarks and the coloring. I think that's just a really nice touch. Just the wraps on his calves and his boots. He looks like a blind hippie. That's probably what they're going for. He looks like a hippie in the 60s that you would see at Woodstock. That's what Lynx-O reminds me of. But he's got his little hippie bandana, which is really awesome, though. I love it. And he's wearing a sort of like a leotard jumpsuit. Very 80s, very 60s. Great standard articulation, nice smooth, yeah, good crunch. You know, the head movement on these aren't very good, you know. It could be a little bit better. They just seem to be hindered. They even have the double ball joint. It just doesn't seem like they move as well as they should, but it's nice pointy ears. You can see the paint and the black on the ears. I think they just did a really good job with him. The pinless joints. I don't like the articulation as much. Like, see here in the elbows, we can't even go 90 degrees with that, so that's a little bit disappointing. They could have done a better job on that. I'm just a big fan of articulation. I know some of you out there are not, but, you know, I like the double jointed elbows and the knees. Cats are supposed to be flexible and agile, so it would just make sense for these figures. His kick goes up about that far. Knee bends down about 90 degrees. He's got the hinge in the ankle, and he also has the ankle pivot and rocker, which I really like. Bicep cut. So we got that. You know, full rotation in the wrist. We get the hinge up and down like so. His claws are really sharp. That like hurt my finger as I was posing that there. Yeah, so full rotation on the shoulders. So a fair amount of articulation, even a hip swivel. And then there's also some rotation in the hip joints instead of a thigh cut. So really good looking figure. I'm very pleased with him. Let's see what else we have that comes with him. Most importantly, my favorite weapon for him, besides the Braille board, even though the Braille board is sort of like his standard thing, he had this light shield. I think it was called a light shield. And it just shot back light. It's colored very nicely. I can't remember. Somebody said it was colored incorrectly, the way that it was painted, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it looked like exactly, but looks good to me. Lynx-O is not, you know, I love having Lynx-O, but he's not somebody I'm going to get really upset about. Now, if it's like the primary Thundercats, Lion-O, Tigra, Chitara, Panthro, I'm going to get a little annoyed if things are off, but the second team, not so much, if it's just something little, but the light shield clips on his wrist like so. It is a little bit loose, so I don't like that, but yeah, so it's very loose. It goes on, but it doesn't, I don't know, might have to use some sticky tack to hold that on there better. But yeah, I kind of clipped it on his upper forearm, and it's like so. We do get an alternate head sculpt, and that's a really nice head sculpt. I like the Elvis curled lip. He's kind of curling that lip and snarling a little bit. Oh, by the way, the back of his bandana is a really, really soft rubber, so that's a nice touch too. So I appreciate that. Look at his eyelids. They're even painted with some eyeshadow. Thundercat eyeshadow, but he looks great. I'll probably keep the Serene head on him. He comes with extra hands, so you get 2 extra sets of hands, and you get a, see, unbelievable. They're giving all the new figures these hinged wrists that tilt down like so. I like to call them the weapon holding hands or hinged wrists instead of the this way and that way. And Lion-O did not come with these, and I can't believe that they didn't do that. The most important Thundercat, who has to hold the sword up and say Thundercats ho, like, did not come with these, but yet they're giving them to everybody else, which is good, but I just can't believe when they released that 2.0 Lion-O that they didn't give him those wrists. That's just ridiculous. I forget what this is. If anybody can tell me in the comments, I do not remember what this is. I just remember the Braille board and the light shield. I don't know if this is a book or whatever, but you get that. That's nice. Yeah, so you get the hinge. Oh yeah, so going back to the wrists, just as the comparison is, so the standard wrists you get are like so, and they bend down like that, where the new, as I just dropped, there we go. Yeah, so for weapons, you preferably want wrists that can go like that, so you can hold the swords and the weapons down and put it at an angle, instead of these kind of wrists, like the floppy wrists. Like, ugh, you want them to go up and down so you can pivot your wrists. So you get those, which is nice. And I'll probably just, and he comes with the clawed hands on them. So I'll actually put, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep them the way that they are, because he doesn't really need weapon holding hands. So anyhow, there he is. That's what you get. Here he is compared to Lion-O. And he actually has like a different body mold instead of the standard. It's a lot softer and smoother than Lion-O's, as you can see. If you take a look at that there. Yeah, so very different body mold. Much smoother and sleek. You don't get the carved abs and the striations and the pectorals. So it's much smoother, which is fine because he's older, and Lion-O should be jacked anyhow. So that being said, I love it. If you're a lover of Thundercats, these are wonderful collector's items. Highly recommend it. besides this little just paint splotch right there, my figure looks great. Oh, there's like a tiny little one on the back. So as to be expected with any figures, but looks great. Highly recommend it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and God bless you all. Peace.